Monday to have the great Jeff from MerlinChain. If you didn't see over the weekend, MerlinChain went to almost $1. It was the absolute craziest thing ever because I was sitting at my computer and I did a tweet on it because it went to 50 cents. And I look at it again, it's like 80 cents. I look at it again, it's like 88 cents. And I was like, what is going on? And then Jeff comes out and makes a tweet and he says, yo, just so you guys know, it's cheaper on the dexes than it is on the sexes. And that's when things start to normalize again. But it was some of the craziest price action I've ever seen.
How are you always catching that? Like, what time was it?
It was yesterday. No, it was Saturday.
Saturday.
I get to my computer. I don't know. I usually spend about 2 hours every night on my computer, just kind of going over.
Was it late though?
It was just happening. It was probably like 9 a.m. for Jeff, but it was like probably like 9 p.m. for me.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. Because without further ado, let's bring him in. Jeff, welcome back to OnChain Revolution. Thanks so much for being here, sir.
Yeah. Hi guys. What's up?
How you doing? Do you have a long weekend?
Yeah, I heard what she was talking about, and yeah, it's a pretty lots of things happen. I saw the comment about X402. Yeah, I've been studying that for the whole weekend, and the price difference, still trying to figure out what's going on because it's just like abnormal. Like we don't want to see that because there's difference between different exchanges and. There are lots of things to arbitrage. So I actually woke up like really early that day. I think it was like 9 a.m. for me, but it's like 9 p.m. for Eastern time. So yeah, I call the dev team of the bridge, trying to figure out if the liquidity was enough. We bridge some. We're trying to do the arbitrage. Buy some on OKX and sell some on Pancake because the price difference is just. Some people think it's a good thing, but for us, I don't think it's a good thing because many retail users, they just don't understand. They just keep buying, and eventually they lose money to to the market makers, which I think it's right because market makers have to make sure the price is stable. If they don't do that, you see like $2 on Maxi, you see $1 on Bybit, half a dollar on OKX. It's just not bad. Like it's just not good. So I still trying to figure out what's going on. But yeah, I think Kraken was influenced because Kraken is the only exchange using the BSC, and the price on BSC is crazy too. I don't know if Kraken was like influenced. Probably the other ones, the users are buying there to make the BSC pancake swap price going up. But who knows? I don't think there's some story behind it, but I don't know what's going on. Yeah, and lots of things happening with 402. So we're doing lots of research. We had a whole day meetings, calls with the dev team, and I think it's a pretty cool idea. And yeah, we can dig into that later.
Yeah. So that's more of a stressful situation actually for like home base whenever like there's a big arbitrage like that, right? And so you go into kind of like team mode, say, hey, let's figure out what's going on. You go through your standard kind of protocol of how to solve that kind of issue, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's just a start. But I mean, we can talk more about this, if you guys want. Because before, if you're buying something on like I don't know eBay, Amazon, or in Asia, in Japan, in Singapore, in China, the different websites, right? You need to use like different stuff, like Stripe, PayPal, Google Pay, like all kinds of different things to pay, and it's not standardized. And also, people are wondering. So, for example, I talked to many builders. They're saying like in Web2, they're saying I asked ChatGPT, what should I buy for my, dad for Father's Day, and ChatGPT gives like lots of stuff, and I ask, what should I buy for my girlfriend's birthday, and lots of stuff. But in the future, it's definitely be like this. So like, okay, so here's my friends and families birthday, and make sure buy one thing for them, just deliver to this address before their birthday. Because sometimes we just forget, about our friends' birthday and important days, and just buy stuff. So, for example, for my dad, buy something under $200. For my girlfriend, buy something under $2,000. But yeah, just like buy stuff, by your choice, and just deliver to them. But now AI cannot do that because AI cannot control your PayPal, cannot control your bank account, and also even you can control your bank, your credit cards. It's just very hard for them to buy stuff from different sites. But with HTTP 402, AI actually can do that because it's standardized. And also, if you check on their 402 scan, somehow it looks like all-in-all scan. Somehow it's like there's an explorer that with all kinds of protocols, APIs, facilitators, who are trading using that API for different purpose. So it's not hidden in different chains explorer. It's right there. And so I think right now it's just start, but just think about things that AI can do for you. For example, on Merlin Wizard, you can have agents doing trades for you. But in the future, it's definitely going to be like, okay, so just manage my portfolio. Buy some when it's low, sell some when it's high, using strategy that is in my preference. So I don't like risk. So just buy some when Bitcoin is low, sell some when Bitcoin is high, and just do this for me. And with 402, with all these kind of infras and APIs, it can do for you, and it can be very, very transparent, and also it can be compatible with different protocols. So all in all, I think it's a pretty good thing, and it's a very good start. And also Binance, OKX, and Coinbase, they are all in for that. I call some friends, in in their wallet team and DeFi team. All of them are going hard on this. So probably this is the first time that these people who are enemies or competitors are all on the same thing, because OKX was on inscriptions and ordinals, but Binance and Coinbase don't give a crap. And for some other stuff, some people care, some people don't care. But for this, all major players, they actually care. So yeah, that's just my opinion on this protocol.
Yeah, I actually have a question. Maybe you can answer. So, will this allow direct deposits? Like, let's just say I have 4,000 employees and I want to pay them all with stable coins. Will X402 actually help me with that? Would that be able to like monthly just pay these employees?
Yeah. I mean, before you can still do that with like smart contract.
Stream.
Yeah, but with that, it's more like every company will have the same standard, and also because I checked some document about privacy thing, so this can be private as well, because we are doing this somehow in our company to pay salary. But one of the problem is if we from our account, if we wire money to different addresses on chain, people will see each other's salary, which is bad. Like like why is Suzy making 10K, but Jacoby is only making 6K? They're basically doing the same thing. So yeah, so I think 402 is definitely gonna help that. But just not go too far from here, because I think it's just like a simple start. I think that will stay with us for a long time.
Gotcha. Okay, so basically you're saying this is just the scratching the surface. Do you we can move on after this though. I'm curious, do you think like are we like a year away from this being like an actual standard type of thing we see?
What do you mean?
X402, like actually people businesses using it.
Yeah. I 100%, because it's HTTP protocol. All these big teams, VCs, companies, Coinbase is pushing this. So yeah, for sure.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, and my last question with this is, can you see the wizard? Actually, you guys maybe put it into the wizard eventually, where I can kind of use it while messing with him.
You mean with 402 or the product?
X402 maybe integrated with the wizard.
Yeah, of course, 100%.
Ooh, we got a new play. Yeah, man, absolutely awesome.
All right, Jeff. So let's talk about MerlinChain a bit. Okay, so obviously you got the wizard, you have the BTC Fi. Are you guys still rocking and rolling with those two focuses? Is there another focus that you guys kind of put into the mix? What's going on there?
Yeah. So we're still pushing BTC Fi, of course. I think season 2 is going to be more exciting. We have more strategies going on. And also because we did some DAT stuff in Q3, we're going much more harder. I think in Q4 with Merlin DAT, we're going to have at least 10 times more stuff, more news, more like catalysts coming up. in Q4, because in Q3 we kind of did it. We tried some different approaches. We talked to X stocks, on those stable stocks, different platforms, trying to tokenize some stocks with Merlin Bitcoin and Merlin token. So in Q4 we basically know what's going on. We know how to do this. So yeah, we have several different teams going on this. So yeah, I think in Q4 DATs, tokenized stocks are still going to be one of the major topic in the market. I think with 4.2, AI is definitely going to be a new hot topic. That's why we are kind of putting more resources. That's like what I'm saying. To go with the flow. To play with the market. Because without 4.2, people don't really care about AI like anymore. In Q3, people never talk about AI, right? But right now with this protocol, AI can actually do business with AI. So imagine before, you are doing business with people, and then with AI XBT, you are doing business with AI, right? But right now we see a future that AI is doing business with AI. So you have a private investment manager, you have a private trader working for you, but that AI agent is doing business with other AI. So yeah, lots of things could happen. So I think AI is definitely on the table right now. Looking forward to what's going on in Q4.
Yeah, I was wondering too. Can X402 kind of help you with your Bitcoin DeFi as well? Is there anything set up with that can actually help you maybe integrate it a little bit more?
Yeah, it's mobile compatible, because before we're doing whatever kinds of BTC5 with different chains, with different protocols. We have to go to the one by one. We have to integrate all protocols. We have to integrate all bridges. We have to integrate with everything, cross chain or chain abstraction. But if we have one standard across different chains, that every builder, every DeFi protocol, every chain, every foundation, every exchanges, they're pushing that uni standard. And I think that's going to be much easier, because then we don't have to talk to anybody. We just integrate with that protocol and go on all chains.
Yeah, I mean, I love where this is heading. Okay, so I should have listened to you, I think, when we had you on about 4 weeks ago, after that big old bloody Friday, and just probably went on vacation for 2 weeks, because I feel like it was very up and down. So you were very right about that. You were saying, it's going to take the time for the market to rebound from that. Do you feel like we've had enough rebound time, or a little bit more? And also with the utility, for X402 stuff coming in, is memes going to slowly start to be obsolete, or will there always be attention for that?
Yeah, so two different questions. I think first, for the general market, I think we still need to wait to about 10 days or even more, because the chart needs to be strong and stable, and also the volume, the liquidity needs to come back. I saw a news today after the October 11th. There's another date we need to remember. We have March 12th, we have May 19th, we have all these days. But now we have to remember, yeah, after October 11th, I think there are 8.5 billion more stablecoins on chain. So that could explain, the liquidity is back. So yeah, I think we need to keep eye on the chart, on Bitcoin, on Ethereum for 10, 20 more days if it can strong. So for Bitcoin, for me, I think over 115 is good. If it can stay over 115, 114 for at least 10 to 20 days, I think that's good news. But for now, nobody can be sure. And also for the altcoin, for the meme market, I think I'm not saying 4.2 is going to be the thing, but I think the market needs like one thing that can get everybody focused, everybody like asking what's going on. Because before, last year we had the AI and pump fund, right? But now if you play the same game twice, I don't think that's going to happen. So if today we're still talking about pump fund or a new version of pump fund, I don't think the game will change. Just like BRC20 and the Ruins, we had BRC20. Ruins is just a better version of BRC20, but it's not a big difference. So the same game, same people play twice, it's always bad in history. So yeah. So to me, if 4.2 and some innovations coming up and can get everyone to participate, to focus on, I think that's going to be a good news for all the memes. But if it's still about floor meme, pump fund, virtuals, I don't think that could actually have a huge meme run in Q4.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And on top of that, it does seem like X402 is the biggest innovation since DeFi. Do you think this X402 narrative, you kind of already said it a little bit, but do you think this X402 narrative can be as big as the DeFi narrative and kind of really send us into potentially a 3-4 months run that we haven't seen in a long time?
Technically, I think it's going to be much smaller if you just compare 402 to DeFi, because DeFi is a revolutionary change. It actually got me believing that crypto Web3 can actually happen. Before DeFi, I think Bitcoin is just Bitcoin. It's just Bitcoin and all the other whatever coin that is. But with DeFi, I actually think crypto can change the world. But for 402, I think it's much smaller. But like I said, I think you have to look at the potential behind that. Just like all these protocols, the HTTP. If you see all this HTTP protocol, happen in 1990s, the protocol itself is nothing, but the things built on this protocol, like Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Apple later, Facebook, and so it's a different thing, because 402 is just a protocol, but DeFi, like DEX, like Uniswap, like Aave, like Compound, like they're different things. So if you look at the concept itself, I think it's like a protocol. It's very small, but if you think about the things can be built on top of those, I think the space, the potential is much higher than DeFi, because we need more Web2 teams join. We need more AI builders to join, and it's not like, I think AI is much bigger than crypto. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a perfect answer. Like, you're right, though, because DeFi really changed the way people think about crypto. It's no longer these ICO scams anymore, but it was actually crypto being real stuff. But this new AI narrative and mixed in with micropayments could actually send us into the next wave of truly being something accepted by mainstream. Is that kind of what you're saying? You're saying basically this is going to be mainstream adoption now?
Yeah, and also people are imagining how AI can help the industry, can help the users, can help the builders. Before that, it's just imagination. But after that, because we see what ChatGPT, DeepSeek, like Sora, we see like all these OpenAI and Grok, what they can do, but it's not that connected to our real life yet. But if it's connected to financial aspect, I think it's gonna be different, because people buy stocks all the time, people buy gold, people buy crypto all the time. But if that can be changed first, I think AI can be really influential to the real world, like at the start.
Yeah, I actually kind of put this X402 so far, if it continually plays out, in the bucket of DeFi and NFTs, because like NFTs, people in the Web2 and banking, they see the use case for that. If you want to, I guess, tokenize property and stuff
Real
like that
estate,
as well. Yeah. So, but X402 is something that was created a long time ago. It just didn't make logical sense to use it, because the bank transfer fees cost more than micropayments. So now, like, they see this, in my opinion, and they're like, wow, actually crypto can make this possible. And then from a business mind perspective, they're like, micropayments could be huge as long as the cost for doing it is way minimal. And that's what I think crypto brings to it. So
yeah, and also it's not a crypto standard. It's HTTP in protocol, so it's gonna be involved with Web2 companies as well. So yeah, like, I'm not trying to hype the concept. I'm just saying just be patient. Just pay more attention to this new stuff, like what we did with Ordinals. I still remember, like, in 2023 March, something like that. Like, I talked to some friends and they just like laugh at me, just printing money on Bitcoin. Yeah, all new concepts are kind of a joke at first, but yeah, we just need to study more.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, I think this is huge for MerlinChain, because you guys have been building the Wizard for a long time, and now having this new technology, including, I mean, you guys are using DeFi. Now you can potentially use this X402. Where do you see MerlinChain kind of expanding to over the next year? Do you see more going into the small payments, or really staying in the BitFi narrative?
I don't know. I can never predict. But I think our main focus is always about Bitcoin. So of course we'll push the Bitcoin narrative more. But like I said, the builder's best quality is to have an open mind. That's why when 4.2 came out, I basically spent all my 3 days, I think Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, like all my time into this, checking all these new builders projects. Even if something unrelated to Bitcoin at all, I still think some of their mechanism or like products open my mind. But yeah, I think we can continue to talk about this in the next coming weeks. I think this will be there for a long time. So let's see what's going on.
Absolutely. All right, Jeff. Well, we know you're super busy, man. So just want to give you the mic one more time. Just kind of maybe give some last words before you head out.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the market is kind of getting better. So let's wait for a while. I think in the meantime, just like if you don't spend your money right now, you better spend your time, because if you don't spend your time now, when the market is actually getting much higher, you don't have time. Whoever makes money last year is the ones who study Pump Fund and Gen and the game, the AXBT, the virtuals in early days. Whoever come last, they're basically the ones who lose money. So yeah, my thing will be just right now is your last chance to spend more time before the market pumps.
Ooh, that's big. Thank you so much, Jeff, man. Really appreciate you. Looking forward to next week.
See you guys.
See you later.